Hey, Angie Austin here, along with three newsmen and producers this morning, Chris Barnes, John DeMaster, and also producer Trevino. Morning, gentlemen.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Angie.
All right, let's start with
Trevino
some of
handles the hip.
Yes. Well, he's 20s, you're 30s. We're like the Brady Bunch here. I'm 40s,
Yeah.
and Chris is unknown.
I'm 56, but I'll be honest with you. I'm probably the most immature of anybody here.
Wow.
USA Radio News can confirm that.
So true. All right, so let's start. These are some of the top stories of the day, things people are getting excited about, talking about it's a water cooler. The NFL story. This is one of my favorites.
Well, this is the follow-up to the story. The other night, the kid runs out on the field during that second Monday night game, the Rams 49ers game. Kid runs out on the field, tears up and down the field. Turns out that we're now finding out the 16-year-old was named William Navarrete. He got arrested on some misdemeanor charges, but he says now he has no regrets about his actions. He says he'd do it again as he did it on a dare. And this is something that really went viral, not just because of what he did, but because, Westwood One's Kevin Harlan gave an amazing call, this spectacle. Here it is.
Hey, somebody has run out on the field. Some goofball in a hat and a red shirt. Now he takes off the shirt. He's running down the middle by the 50. He's bare-chested and banging his chest. Now he runs the opposite way. He runs to the 50. He runs to the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. The 20. They're chasing him. They're not going to get him. Somebody stop
Look
that
out,
man.
here comes the blue coat,
Oh,
Kevin.
they got him.
Here comes
They're
the
coming
blue
from the
coats.
left. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line. That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
He's awesome.
Great Kevin Harlan. Yeah. Regular sports fans, I mean, they know Kevin Harlan is great anyway, but the fact that he was just able to launch into that with this unexpected spectacle. But anyway, the follow-up to this is not only does the kid say he'd do it again, but his father, Herman, was quoted as saying that he is proud of his son for not backing down from the dare.
Well, he should be real careful with that statement. When you say to your son, I'm proud of you for not backing up from the dare, we see kids going off of like roofs when they're on like a bike into a trash can. Those kids that do that hot pepper challenge or the cinnamon
We were just
challenge.
talking about this right. We were just talking about this the other night. Anything that begins with the references to a challenge or a dare is usually something you kind of want to avoid.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
You've clearly never been a teenage boy, Angie.
Whatever.
I dare
Thank goodness for that.
We'll do dang near anything on a dare.
Well,
But if we stopped all this tomorrow, you know what? MTV they would have no programming left on MTV. So I guess a few dares.
all right. I know this isn't going to be PC, and for anyone who isn't really fit and slim, and I'm no fitness queen.
Right,
I'm not like a fitness model. Oh no, Chris.
Not
Really?
talking to you or me, Chris.
So this
I was
guy.
already.
This guy applies for a job as a basketball coach. My husband is 6'6", built like a pencil with hair, totally like when I think basketball coach, I think my husband. This guy's built like a basketball, okay? He's 40 years old. He could be the basketball coach, but he looks like he's really rotund, okay? He didn't get the job. Now, part of it might be that he maybe isn't physically fit. That's part of being a basketball coach. And it's / a fourth grade teacher job. This guy was so angry at the guy who did get the job, he started mailing him skunks and raccoons, obviously not alive, in the mail. He also started threatening him. He threatened the teacher's fiance and baby with death. Put "you will die" on the side of their car, and he also sent letters along with the dead animals saying resign from your job, this will not stop. And I think this is probably the worst. Called child services accusing this teacher of sexually abusing children so that he would also be investigated. Are you kidding me? So Travis Terrence will probably never get any basketball coach or teaching job now because he's charged with stalking, intimidation, and criminal mischief.
Real intelligent of him. Not that I would defend that kind of activity anyway, but real intelligent to do all these things like kind of on the record. Like he's calling the authorities to get at the other guy. Doesn't he stop and think that maybe the authorities might come after him for such bizarre behavior?
Very bizarre. All right.
Is it illegal to mail a raccoon?
With a threat? With a threat?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could. I think you're more than welcome to mail one as long as you're not threatening to kill the person on the receiving end.
Oh.
True statement.
Yeah, it'll
think you're right.
It'll be vary probably from state to state. All right, 10 most depressed countries. How depressing is this?
Maybe he was depressed. We'll just run through the list real quick because then it just gets really depressing. Okay, and I'm going to do this right this time. I practiced earlier and I got it wrong. So here we go. Germany, number 10 on the list. Then you've got Nigeria, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indonesia. Brazil's on the list. So is Russia. The United States came in at number 3, followed by India, and then China. North Korea, nowhere on that list.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un won't allow people to say they're depressed. Remember, he outlawed sarcasm as well. So they're.
If you had a haircut like that, you'd be depressed.
Hey, so places like Bangladesh are more depressed than the United States?
It's because we don't appreciate things enough. We get a flat tire and we act like it's like, a big deal when people are starving to death in other countries and they're finding joy when they get half a cup of rice.
It's true. I think you're right.
Chris Barnes. All right. Trevino, you've got a story about the iPhone 7 Plus?
Well, yeah, they're all sold out. And it hasn't even been that long since they launched. And also, people are outraged with the new update that just came out for it, that the gun emoji is not even part of the update. It turned out to be like they changed it into a water gun-looking emoji instead of a gun emoji. Well, but what else is funny is they still have the bomb there. And swords is like, oh, that's fine. Bombs and swords, but
now, Trevino, you can get the jiffies. You can get all those no jiffies that you can send.
Yeah. You are the nerdiest, oldest millennial. Explain to him they're not called jiffies.
Look, there's a cat.
Yeah, look at the GIF.
Trevino, you're in your 20s. Help him. They're not jiffies.
And aren't people who do still call them something like that? Don't they? They're GIF. A lot of people insist they're GIFs.
That's what Trevino says. He would know.
Yeah. Well, my ex is a web designer and marketer, and she insists it's. I think she does. Maybe she's the one that says it's GIF, and everybody else. I don't know.
You're
it's a
killing
big
me.
argument.
We have to get to Philly Jesus. We also have to get to the kid suing her dad for posting pictures of her on Facebook. But real quickly, is Barbie spying on your children? So apparently several kids' websites have been fined. It's $850,000 fine because these kids' websites are tracking kids when they come onto the website. But I think even worse yet is this hello, hello, hello Barbie. And in the midst of all this fining, you find out that this Barbie can be hacked and hackers were listening in on kids' conversation. And so they're calling it surveillance Barbie, which does not sound fun at all to me. Like, I really don't want surveillance Barbie at my house. It's bad enough when my kids bring home, like, their home iPads from school, their school iPads, and then start videotaping things in the house, like Daddy in his underwear. Yeah. I'm like, do kids know you're not supposed to videotape Daddy in his underwear on your school iPad? So, anyway, hello.
On your regular iPad, I guess it's okay. Is that what you're saying?
Just not the school-owned one that the state
Yeah, don't let the school get it.
Child services
or the one you borrow.
Private videos.
Or the one you borrow from the public library.
Oh, it's also wrong. So anyway, hello, Barbie can be hacked and listen in on your kids. And apparently
Goodbye,
it has,
Barbie.
like Wi-Fi technology so they can also follow your kids. I don't need a Wi-Fi Barbie. All right, what's next?
The man known as Philly Jesus has been found guilty on trespassing charges. This is a guy by the name of Michael Grant, and for years he's dressed like Jesus and carried a large cross all around the city of Philadelphia. And earlier this year, he got arrested for refusing to leave an Apple store in Center City, and he also was charged with disorderly conduct. They dropped the disorderly conduct, but they kept him convicted of trespassing, and he's going to serve 3 months of probation, which, if he was the real Jesus, it could have been worse. But probation
could have been much
months.
worse. You're right. Yeah. Okay, being a big fan of Jesus myself, I just want to know a couple things. I would have let him stay. However, did he leave the cross outside? You know what I mean? Like, you can't bring in the big cross into the Apple Store. Yeah. It's crowded in there. People are taking numbers. You're going to bump into people. You got to leave the cross outside. I'm sorry, Philly
like a bull
Jesus.
in a China. Yeah, the old bull in a China shop image comes to mind. It was like Jesus with the cross in here. Get out.
All right, last story. A man is they hire him to walk with them, and he does this for a living?
His name is Chuck McCarthy, and he had recently auditioned for a TV show, but in the meantime, while he's waiting for his big role, he's charging $7 per mile to walk with people around their homes in Los Angeles. So it says if you need a motivational walk, if you're scared to walk alone at night, if you don't like walking alone at all, this guy will come meet you, and he's got a T-shirt that says The People Walker on it. And he'll walk with you for $7 a mile. So it's good for him. You get a little exercise.
Isn't the old slogan is nobody walks in L.A. So is this guy getting any business?
Well,
who walks a mile in Los Angeles?
I walk with somebody. It's called a friend, and it's free. I mean, if you do four miles, that's $28 an hour. That's a pretty pricey workout if you're, walking for a couple hours.
But a woman in Israel is now doing the same thing because he started it. So maybe it's a trend.
Well,
hey, they're franchising.
Right, take
Start
note
this here
of
in
that,
Sheboygan.
Chris, in case we ever end up unemployed again within the next few days.
Oh yeah, because this is something I want to walk miles at a time every day. Yeah.
If you get paid.
All right.
$7? Come on.
Thanks, team.
Bye, Angie.
Bye. We need music here.
I woke up too late.